All right, back with you today, and, well, we're diving deep into this MQ-25 Stingray.
Oh, cool.
It's caught my attention, that's for sure. I mean, it's not just another drone, is it? It feels like it could be, well, a game changer, especially for the U.S. Navy. What do you think?
Yeah, no, you're right on there. We're talking about unmanned aerial refueling, right? Which, yeah, it's been a concept, been around, but this MQ-25, it really takes it to like a whole other level.
It does. We got some great material to dig into. We've got Boeing's official website for the MQ-25 and some pretty insightful notes, actually, dated December 15th of this year. So fresh.
Wow. Okay.
So from your perspective, what's got you so excited about this thing?
I think it's really the sheer ambition and then the potential impact. So, yeah, okay. Imagine for a second, back in World War II, those bomber missions, right? They're trying to hit targets way deep in enemy territory.
Yeah.
They could only go so far before they needed to refuel, right? Like in midair.
Right.
And aerial refueling, it expanded their reach dramatically, you know? And the MQ-25, it's kind of doing something similar for the carrier-based aircraft today.
So it's essentially extending the range of carrier air wings.
Exactly.
Like pushing it out further.
Yeah. And we're not even just talking about like one specific type of plane, right? Like
Right.
This MQ-25, it's designed to refuel a bunch of different aircraft.
Oh, wow.
Fighters like the F-18 Super Hornet.
Okay.
You've got the electronic warfare planes like the EA-18G Growler.
Oh, yeah.
And even the stealthy, F-35C Lightning too.
Oh, wow.
So it really adds like a whole new layer of flexibility and strategic depth.
Yeah, it does.
To those carrier operations.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Well, I mean, and this is where Boeing's long history in carrier aviation really comes in, right?
Oh, for sure.
They've been building these kinds of aircraft for the Navy for decades now.
Absolutely. For over 90 years, they've been involved in naval aviation, right? Going back to even the classics, like the Douglas TBD Devastator.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, the more modern F-18 EF Super Hornet.
Right.
So that's that's a wealth of experience that they're bringing to this MQ-25 project.
It really is. It's like they've learned from all these previous aircraft and kind of poured that knowledge right into this new unmanned platform.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And it really shows in the way they've approached, integrating the MQ-25 with the existing carrier systems.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it, right? This drone, it needs to operate seamlessly on a crowded and often like pretty chaotic carrier deck.
Right.
Launching, recovering, and interacting with all these other aircraft.
Right.
All while maintaining absolute safety.
Right.
And precision.
Right.
That's a lot.
Well, and they didn't just design this on paper, right?
Right.
They actually put a test version, the MQ-25 T1, on an actual carrier, the USS George H.W. Bush, back in 2021.
That's right. That T1 was crucial.
Yeah.
It wasn't, the final, polished product, right?
Yeah.
But it allowed Boeing to gather all this vital data, really refine that design, and really prove that this whole concept could actually work in, a real-world carrier environment.
Yeah.
Which is huge.
Yeah, it is. And they really pushed that T1 test asset, didn't they?
Yeah.
Something like 125 flight hours. Testing all these different aspects of the aircraft and its software. So
yeah, those 125 hours, they weren't just about checking boxes. It was really about pushing boundaries, right? Getting data on how this aircraft performed in all kinds of different conditions.
Yeah.
And then fine-tuning not just the physical design, but also that complex software, right? That governs the MQ-25's autonomous operations.
Right. So it's like a self-driving car, but for the skies, I guess.
It kind of is.
But with even higher stakes, obviously.
Way higher, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And during those test flights, the T1, it managed to pull off something really historic.
Oh, yeah. So it became the first ever unmanned aircraft to successfully refuel another aircraft in flight.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like a monumental moment, not just for the program, but for the entire field of unmanned aviation.
Wow. That's impressive.
Wow.
That is really impressive. So the MQ-25, it's full of these firsts and all these groundbreaking achievements.
Right.
What were some of the other aircraft that it refueled during testing?
So it successfully refueled 3 different carrier-based aircraft,
Okay.
showcasing that versatility, right? So you got the F-18 Super Hornet, you've got the ETD Hawkeye, which is an early warning and control aircraft.
Right.
And get this, the F-35C Lightning II,
Wow.
the Navy's like most advanced stealth fighter.
Wow, I mean, think about that for a second.
Right.
The implications of extending the range of something like the F-35C.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It's a lot to think about.
It is. But this level of sophistication, I mean, this doesn't happen overnight.
Oh, no.
We're talking a massive collaborative effort, I'd imagine.
Oh, absolutely. So Boeing, they might be leading the charge, but they're not alone.
Right.
You have a whole ecosystem of companies that are contributing to the MQ-25 success.
Yeah.
You've got ATEC, BAE Systems, Collins Aerospace,
Oh, wow.
GE, Honeywell, Raytheon. I mean, they're all bringing their expertise to the table.
Yeah. It's a real testament to like the collaborative nature of innovation.
It is.
Especially when you're dealing with something as complex as this thing.
Exactly. We're talking about like overcoming significant technological hurdles.
Right.
Integrating the MQ-25 with all these like existing Navy systems, right?
Yeah.
And ensuring absolute reliability
Right.
in a platform that's going to be operating in like some of the most challenging environments you can imagine.
That's incredible to see all these pieces coming together.
It is.
But let's shift gears just for a second here. I want to hear from you, the listener.
Mm-hmm.
What stood out to you so far about the MQ-25?
Yeah.
What are your initial thoughts on this game-changing technology? Think about that for a sec. We'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, it really is remarkable to see how far they're pushing the boundaries with this MQ-25.
Yeah.
Like what's possible in aviation, right? I mean, it really blends cutting-edge tech with these practical, like real-world applications.
Yeah.
It's just fascinating.
I know. It's like they took this whole concept of aerial refueling and like completely reinvented it for the 21st century.
All right.
And to think this is just the beginning, right?
Oh yeah.
Who knows what other innovations are gonna come out of this program?
Exactly. I mean, it's more than just a single piece of hardware, right?
Yeah.
It represents a whole new like way of thinking about naval operations.
Yeah.
About the role of these unmanned systems, right?
Right.
And about really the future of aviation itself.
It does, and it all goes back to that deep understanding of carrier operations, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Boeing, they've been such a key player in naval aviation for so long.
Right.
It's like they have this really innate grasp of the unique challenges that are involved.
Oh no, absolutely. I mean, it's not just about designing a plane that can fly.
Right.
It's about designing an aircraft that can operate, safely and effectively within, that incredibly complex and demanding environment of a carrier strike group.
Yeah, that's true. For those of us who might not be as familiar, with naval operations, can you just give us a quick breakdown of what a carrier strike group actually is?
Sure. So it's basically like a mobile, self-contained naval force, right?
Okay.
Centered around, an aircraft carrier.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking like a formidable collection of warships, right?
Yeah.
You got cruisers, destroyers, submarines,
Okay.
and then of course, the carrier itself. Along with, all the complement of aircraft that can project power across the globe.
Yeah. So it's like a mini city on the water, right?
Kind of, yeah.
But capable of launching, a wide range of military operations.
It's a great analogy.
Yeah.
And this MQ-25, it adds a whole new dimension, right, to that capability.
It does.
By extending that range of the carrier's aircraft,
Mm-hmm.
it expands the strike group's operational reach significantly,
Yeah.
opening up all these like new strategic possibilities.
It really does.
It's pretty impressive.
It is. And this MQ-25 T1 test asset, it played a really critical role
Yeah.
in demonstrating how this could all work in practice.
Yeah, absolutely. The T1, it wasn't just about proving like the tech itself.
Mm-hmm.
It was about proving its viability, right?
Yeah.
Within the context of that real carrier environment. And and remember those 125 flight hours?
Yeah.
We mentioned those earlier.
Yeah.
That wasn't just about like testing the aircraft.
Right.
It was about gathering data on how it interacted.
Right.
With the carrier, with other aircraft, with the whole operational ecosystem.
Right. So they were testing it not just as a machine, right?
Yeah.
But as this critical component
Right.
of a larger, incredibly complex system.
Exactly. And those tests, they were incredibly rigorous. Like
Yeah.
pushing the boundaries of what that T-1 could do. Remember, this is an unmanned aircraft, right? Operating on a moving platform, surrounded by all these other aircraft and personnel, all within like the confines of a crowded carrier deck.
That must have been, I mean, quite a sight to see.
Oh, it is.
That T-1 taking off and landing on the USS George H.W. Bush.
Yeah, it's impressive.
It really underscores like the level of precision and coordination that's required for this kind of operation.
And those tests, they weren't just about hardware either. It was also about, proving that sophisticated software, right? And that drives the MQ-25's autonomous capability.
Right.
I mean, we're talking about an aircraft that needs to make split-second decisions, navigate like complex airspace, right? Connect with those receiver aircraft, all without any direct human intervention.
So it's like having this highly trained pilot in the cockpit.
It is, yeah.
But the pilot's like this sophisticated AI system.
Right, that's a good way to think about it.
Yeah.
And the fact that the MQ-25 T1, it was able to achieve all this, right? Including that historic first, right? Of an unmanned aircraft refueling another one, like in flight.
Yeah.
That's a testament to the ingenuity and the hard work of all those teams involved.
It really is a remarkable achievement.
It is.
And it opens up, I mean, like a world of possibilities, right?
It does.
For the future of aviation. I mean, if we can have unmanned aircraft refueling jets, like midair, right? What other tasks might they be capable of performing, like in the future?
I mean, that's a great question. And it really highlights like the transformative potential, right, of this technology. Think about it. If we can extend the range and the endurance of aircraft with these unmanned refueling systems, what does that mean for search and rescue operations? For cargo transport? For scientific research? I mean, the possibilities they're mind-boggling.
It's like we're on the cusp of a whole new era of aviation, right? Where these unmanned systems play an increasingly vital role.
Right, but with any new technology, right?
Yeah.
There's bound to be challenges and questions to address as we move forward.
For sure. And let's not forget the ethical considerations that come with any autonomous system, right?
Absolutely.
Especially one operating in a military context.
Sure.
Who's ultimately responsible.
Yeah.
When decisions are made by machines, right? How do we ensure that these systems are used ethically and responsibly?
Huge questions.
Big questions, right?
These are crucial questions that we need to be asking as we develop and deploy this tech, right? It's not simply about what we can do.
Right.
It's about what we should do.
That's true.
And these conversations, they need to involve not just, engineers and policymakers, right? But ethicists, philosophers, and really the public at large.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that technological advancement often raises these complex ethical and societal questions, right? That we really need to grapple with as a society.
Absolutely, and these conversations, they're essential if we want to, harness the power of this technology in a way that benefits humanity as a whole.
I agree.
Right, but let's shift gears for a second here and talk about the human element behind this incredible machine, right?
Right.
I mean, the MQ-25, it wouldn't exist without the incredible collaboration, right? And ingenuity of countless individuals, would it?
No, it wouldn't. You're absolutely right. We've talked about Boeing's expertise and all, but they're not the only ones involved here.
Right.
There's a whole network of companies, each contributing their specialized skills and knowledge to make this whole program a success.
Think about it. We've got companies like ATEC, BAE Systems, Collins Aerospace, GE, Honeywell, Raytheon.
Wow.
The list goes on and on. Each of these companies, they bring their own unique strengths, right?
They do.
Whether it's in, software development, materials science, propulsion systems. I mean, any number of these specialized fields.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
It's like they've assembled an all-star team.
They have.
Of engineers, scientists, and technicians.
Yeah.
Each playing this vital role in in bringing the MQ-25 to life.
It's really neat.
It is.
And that level of collaboration, it's essential.
It is.
When you're dealing with a project of this scale and complexity, right?
Yeah.
You need not just like brilliant minds, right?
Right.
But also like effective communication, right?
Yeah.
Teamwork and a shared vision to overcome the inevitable challenges that always arise along the way, right?
They do.
It's just how it works.
Well, it's a testament to the power of human ingenuity and collaboration. And it reminds us that even in this age of increasingly sophisticated technology, right?
Yeah.
It's still people who are driving innovation and pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
It is.
That's a great point.
And that brings us back to you, the listener.
Yes.
As we delve deeper into this fascinating topic, we're curious, right? What aspects of the MQ-25 development process have struck you the most?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the collaborative nature of innovation?
Yeah.
And what questions are you left with, right? As we continue to explore the broader implications of this groundbreaking technology.
Lots to think about.
There is.
Yeah, it is amazing to think about like the scale of this whole project, you know.
It is.
From the initial like concept to the MQ-25 actually, you know, taking flight, refueling other aircraft.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's a real, I mean, a testament to human ingenuity, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the MQ-25 program, it's a shining example, right?
It is.
Of what can be achieved when you've got these brilliant minds coming together, right? With a shared vision and this like relentless pursuit of innovation.
Yeah, it's really.
It's a story of pushing boundaries, you know.
Yeah.
Overcoming those challenges and ultimately like redefining what's possible in aviation, you know.
It is. We've talked a lot about, you know, the technical aspects, the testing, the collaboration and all of that behind the MQ-25.
Right.
But what really strikes me is the potential ripple effect of this technology.
Yeah.
You know, both within the military and beyond, right?
Oh, for sure. I mean, the MQ-25, it isn't just about refueling aircraft.
Right.
It's about like expanding those possibilities, right?
Yeah.
It's about giving naval forces, you know, greater flexibility, greater reach, you know, strategic depth. And like we've talked about, it's also about pushing those boundaries, right? Of unmanned technology and paving the way for these new applications in all these various fields, you know.
Yeah. It's like a catalyst almost for innovation.
Right.
Sparking all these new ideas and pushing us to explore this uncharted territory.
Exactly. Think about the potential applications in search and rescue operations, right?
Yeah.
Disaster relief, environmental monitoring, the list, it just goes on.
Yeah, it does.
The MQ-25, it's a stepping stone, right? It's a glimpse into a future where these unmanned systems they play an increasingly vital role in addressing some of the world's most pressing challenges.
It's exciting and a bit daunting at the same time, don't you think?
Oh yeah, it is.
This technology, it has the potential, I mean, to change the world.
It does.
In some really profound ways.
Yeah.
And it's crucial that we approach its development and deployment with both enthusiasm, right? Yeah. And a sense of responsibility.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
As with any powerful technology, right? It's essential that we engage in these open and honest conversations about the ethical implications, right? The potential risks, right?
Yeah.
And the safeguards that need to be in place.
Yeah.
We need to ensure that these advancements they benefit humanity as a whole. Right. And that they're aligned with our values and our aspirations.
Yeah, that's a great point.
It's important.
Yeah, it is. It's a good reminder that technological progress, it's not just about, you know, pushing the boundaries of what's technically feasible, right?
Yeah.
But also about ensuring that those advancements they serve the greater good.
Exactly. It's about harnessing the power of innovation, right?
Yeah.
To create a better future, you know, one where technology is used responsibly, ethically, to address like the challenges that we face as a global society, right? It's a lot to think about.
It is. Well, as we wrap up our deep dive here, into the MQ-25 Stingray.
Yeah.
We want to leave you, the listener, with this thought. Okay.
Okay.
The MQ-25, it's a testament to the power of human ingenuity,
It is.
collaboration, and a relentless pursuit of innovation. Right.
Right.
But it's also a reminder that technology is a tool.
It is.
And it's up to us to decide how we use it.
It is.
Let's strive to use it wisely,
Yes.
ethically, and for the betterment of humankind.